Hello everybody, my name is Smarty, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read a new book called Mallory Goes Green. It's written by Mallory and illustrated by Jennifer Callis. Before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Also, share this video with your friends and family so they can watch me read as well. Other than that, let's begin. Mallory Goes Green. And as I've done before, I will read a word from Mallory and an announcement in this video. Then I'll read the 3 R's, the Green Police, Mallory taking charge, presentation time, on the ball, etc. in separate videos. Let's begin. A word from Mallory. My name is Mallory McDonald, like the restaurant, but no relation, age almost 10, and I just switched my lifelong favorite color from purple to green. If you're wondering why, I'll tell you. I switched from purple to green because I'm going green. That's right. I'm Mallory McDonald and jumping on the eco bandwagon. And I'm not the only one who's doing it. People everywhere are doing things to make our planet a cleaner place to live. It's called Going Green, and our friend Falls Elementary is doing it too. Last week at an assembly, our principal, Mrs. Finney, announced that our school is officially going green. She said that we are all going to take part in a program to improve our community. Once she said that, everybody I know had something to say about going green. My teacher, Mr. Knight, said our class is going to be learning a lot about going green. My mom said it might take some time to get used to going green. My best friend Marianne said going green sounds like a fine idea, but she does not think it means I have to switch my favorite color. I say I can't wait to go green. When my cat Cheeseburger was a kitten, I found her and saved her. I love saving something little, like a cat, but I can't wait to save something big, like a planet. When it comes to going green, there's only one thing I have to say. Sign me up. An announcement. Good morning, class. Mr. Knight holds the door open as the students of room 404 walk inside. He waits patiently until everyone puts away coats and gets out pencils and notebooks. When everyone is seated, Mr. Knight smiles. Class, I have an announcement, he says. Maybe he's getting married, whispers Marianne, and we'll get to be flower girls. Just thinking about the girls in my class walking down the aisle behind Mr. Knight makes me want to laugh. I press my lips together so I don't. Even though Mr. Knight is in a good mood, I know he won't be in for long if I start laughing. Class, says Mr. Knight, Fern Falls Elementary is going green. Mrs. Finney told you a little bit about going green and what it means in the assembly last week. We're going to be discussing it more in class, and I'm going to tell you about an exciting project that everyone at Fern Falls Elementary will be participating in. I can't wait to get to the exciting project. But I actually do want to learn more about going green. If you ask me, the idea of making our world a cleaner place is a great one. Mr. Knight writes the words going green on the blackboard behind him. The word green has been symbolic for environmental awareness, says Mr. Knight. When people talk about going green, what they mean is that they're looking for ways in their everyday lives to help protect the planet. I sit back in my chair and listen while Mr. Knight keeps talking. Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years, he says. That's a lot of years, April says without raising her hand. Usually Mr. Knight gets mad if you don't raise your hand before you speak, but this time he doesn't. That's right, April. Earth has been around a long time, and if we want to keep it around for a long time to come, it's up to us to make it happen. We all have to find ways to save energy, create less pollution, reduce trash, and use less water and electricity. I'd like everyone to take a moment and think of things you can do to live a greener lifestyle. Any ideas? I think about my own habits. I use water for a lot of things. Brushing my teeth, taking bubble baths, watching Cheeseburger. I raise my hand. I could stop bathing my cat, I say. I hear a lot of oohs and pee-oos. Ariel and Danielle hold their nose like they'd rather waste water than have a stinky cat. There's Mr. Knight and all the students. Mr. Knight smiles. Mallory, I don't think you have to stop bathing your cat entirely, but you could give her shorter baths and perhaps do it less frequently. Nice idea. Any more? Celo, aka Carlos Lopez, the cute boy who moved this year from Mexico to Fern Falls and who happens to sit in the seat next to me and who also happens to be Marianne's boyfriend, but only because she got to him before I did, nods like he likes my idea. Then he raises his hand. Maybe we could take shorter showers and turn off the water while we're brushing our teeth. Mr. Knight nods like he approves. Great ideas, Carlos. Anyone else? Hands start going up all over the room. You can turn out the lights when you leave a room, says Joey. You can recycle paper, glass, plastic, and aluminum, says Pamela. You can use fluorescent light bulbs and save a lot of energy, says Pete. You can print things on the back of pages so you don't waste paper, says Hannah. Mr. Knight writes the words environmental assignment on the board. I would like all of you to make a list of 3 things you can do at home to make a difference. I take out a piece of paper and start writing. I personally can't wait to go green. I plan to stop making so much garbage, say no to bottled water, and turn off the lights when I can. I sign my name on top of the paper. Thinking of three things to do to save the planet was easy. Come to think of it, I can think of 3 things Mom, Dad, and Max can do. I start making another list. My hand is moving almost as fast as my brain. Mallory McDonald's list of things her family can do to go green. Mom, stop drinking coffee so that you don't use paper filters or electricity. Dad, stop reading the newspaper. Save a tree and get the news online. Max, stop watching the TV so much, especially the sports channel, and save power. Mr. Knight walks over to my desk and looks down at my list. Mallory, I'm impressed and happy to see how many ideas you have. I smile proudly. I can't wait to go green, I tell Mr. Knight, and I can't wait for my family to go green with me. That's great, says Mr. Knight, but people usually like to get involved when they're making differences. You may want to talk with your family about things they'd like to do. Then he looks at the whole class. Everyone, I would like you to remember that whatever you put on your list are things that I'd like you to stick to and see if you can convince your family to stick to. Remember, change isn't always easy. Maybe Mr. Knight thinks going green will be hard, but I don't. And I don't see why my family will either. I start imagining the changes that are going to take place at 17 Wish Pond Road. But Mr. Knight interrupts my thoughts. Okay, everyone, I promise to tell you about an amazing project. Everyone claps like they can't wait to hear all about it. I know everyone is excited about going green, and for some reason I'm extra excited about it. I clap so loudly my hands hurt and I let out a whistle. Mr. Knight starts explaining. Last week in assembly, Mrs. Finley told you all that Fern Falls Elementary is going green. To kick off our efforts, we're going to have a green fair. Each class is going to come up with a project that will help Fern Falls Elementary become more environmentally friendly. All the projects will be presented at the green fair. Mr. Knight pauses. I wish he'd hurry. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. Each class will be selecting a representative who will meet with Mrs. Finney and be in charge of coordinating the class project, says Mr. Knight. I'd like a volunteer. Who would like to be our class representative? I would love to be. I raise my hand so high that I feel like my arm might come out of its socket. Just in case Mr. Knight doesn't see my hand, I raise the other one too. I can see Ariel and Danielle look at me like I'm a 2 hands in the air freak, but I don't care. I really want to be our class representative. I pretend I'm at the wish pond on my street. I squeeze my eyes shut and make a wish. I wish Mr. Knight will pick me. I think Mr. Knight can tell how much I want the job, because he does. Mallory, the job is yours. You start tomorrow. There's a committee meeting in the morning with Mrs. Finney. I tell Mr. Knight my biggest thanks for picking me smile. Then I imagine myself raising my right hand and I make a pledge. I, Mallory McDonald, officially pledge to be the best class representative ever. That's the end of that chapter. I'll see you next time when I read The Three R's. Bye, everyone.